The following New Energy Profile is sponsored by Remington.
I would consider my family very competitive, probably more than most. It's always fun to beat them.
Kate?
Mom.
We were shooting the other day. We were out there just, practicing. And so we're shooting trap, and then it starts.
The first shot, or whoever misses first has to pick them up. I see that in your future.
And nobody missed a single one until the last.
No, I'm pretty sure you missed.
No, you were at the last
like
station,
3.
and she missed like 3, so I won.
You didn't.
It's like everything starts out so nice and calm, and then I don't know what it is,
and then
but
I start winning.
One thing leads to
mine,
another, so we can't help it. I grew up in Texas, so shooting and hunting was a lifestyle. The racing I was looking at more as a career. So that was why those two things are different, and how they were the same with me as they're both mental, and I find that very challenging. I started racing quarter midgets when I was 8 years old, and we were at a park in San Antonio, Texas for a barbecue. And there was a tiny little quarter midget track there, and kids were racing, and got into stock cars when I was about 13, 14, and just kept on going with that. Well, I have to say that it came from my dad. My dad always, by the time when I was 8 years old, I started racing. He pounded it into my head throughout my career. He said, "You are just another driver. Look at yourself as you're a driver just like they are." It's the adrenaline and the competing and the focus. In shooting, it's the same feeling.
Racing's really mental. You really have to put all your focus into that. You can't think about anything else. I first started racing quarter midgets when I was 8 years old in Texas. I saw my brothers doing that. That's where the more competitive side of my family came out. And I saw them doing that and having fun, and I was like, well, I want to do that, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be just as good as you, if not better. I think family is probably one of the most important things to me when it comes to racing, especially because it's not just me racing, it's my entire family. My dad raced, my mom raced, both my brothers race, and I race. So it's something that we all really have in common, and it's something we can also do together. When I was racing in Texas, I was racing stock cars called Allison Legacies, and there was this guy I was racing against, and he probably spun me out about 3 times during that race. So then my car was all messed up. I came back in, and they kind of just threw duct tape all over it to keep it together. And they sent me back out, and there was 1 lap left, and I just remember just putting everything out there and going back out there and passing him and kind of bumping into him, letting him know that, hey, I'm a driver too, I'm not just a girl, I'm any other driver, so just don't mess with me like that.
That makes me really, really proud, and that's what I told her when she first started. Don't take anything off anybody. You're a competitor. You're just as good as anybody else. And that's what I've always looked at is it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. If you take what you're doing serious and you're committed to it and you work hard at it, you will do well, and it doesn't matter. And I think other girls need to see that and realize that there is no boundaries for them. The more you practice, the more laps you have, the better it just becomes second nature and natural, and you don't think about it. It becomes a reflex. And to me, that's the same with shooting. The more you do it, then you just automatically do what you're supposed to do without thinking about it. I'm not a gun expert. I'm not a trap shooting expert. It's what I like to do. We can go do something as a family, and it turns out we start it as fun. Well, then somebody gets one up, and then the other one. And for some reason, our family, we're very competitive with each other, but we have a really good time.
Excuse me, there's still people playing here?
For me, the range is more social than the racetrack is. It's something me and my mom can go out there and do, or me and my family, and just shoot and have fun, and just something we can all do together.
There might be more women getting involved in shooting that maybe their husbands aren't, and maybe The husbands think, well, I'll try that too.
What do you want, 1 or 3?
When I was growing up, I was the exception. There wasn't a lot of other women out there doing it. Well, now there is. Maybe there is a teenage girl that sees this and thinks, wow, you know, Kate's doing this, I can do that too. Come here, Kate.
Is this for real?
Yes, it's for real.